on everyone, and welcome back to another Neo-Soul lesson. Today it's all about Neo-Soul licks, R&B licks that you can use when you improvise. So in my latest video I produced a beat, a lo-fi Neo-Soul beat with a few easy chords. We went through the chord progression. If you guys haven't watched that video yet, you will find it linked in the description below and also through a card up here somewhere. I also uploaded, as always, the tab and the music notation for that chord progression on my Patreon page, and I also put the beat, so the lo-fi backing track, on my Patreon page for you to grab and create something on top. So basically adding your own instrument, your own layers, and make your Neo-Soul lo-fi beat if you like, or simply use that beat to improvise, to practice your lead guitar, to practice your improvisation on top, your melodies. And this is exactly what we're gonna have a look at today. 4 different approaches to improvise on top of that beat, and we'll learn 4 licks that, as always, will be transcribed in music notation and guitar tab on my Patreon page. So if you are interested in downloading the beat and the tab and music notation for the examples for all of the licks, you will find them on my Patreon page. The link is in the description below. Now, before we get into the licks, let's review together the chord progression. It was a 2-5-1 in the key of D flat major, and it was made by E flat minor 9, A flat 13, and D flat major 9, okay? After that, I was also playing briefly a D diminished 7th passing chord, and it sounded pretty much like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, start again, okay, and so on. Again, you can see that in my previous video. Right, and now let's get into the first lick. Now, in the first lick, the approach is more of a jazzy approach, using notes of the D flat major scale, but also seeing the arpeggios for the chords in the chord progression. That's why I start here. Okay, and when I play that, I'm really playing an E flat minus 7 arpeggio. That's the first chord, starting from the note D flat. So, also adding the 13th, okay? Before continuing from the note A flat here, through the scale, okay? Until I play this note, which is another A flat. So, slowly until here. Okay, and then from this note C, I move horizontally on the fretboard to continue through the scale again. So I continue through the scale here, and then I play this typical jazzy hammer-on pull-off, going back to this note, which is an F, and ending on this, which is really a D flat triad, okay? We are in the key of D flat, so that's the triad, the chord, the arpeggio, if you like, for the first degree. So let's see that again slowly. If you want to see note by note what I was playing, you can also download the tab on my Patreon page, like we said. But now let's listen to it along to the backing track. Now, for the second lick, the approach is much more neo-soul and R&B. Almost a chordal approach, so thinking about the chords and just using embellishments for those chords, okay? I started with this typical neo-soul move. Okay, what is that? I'm playing an E flat minor 9, which is literally the same as the first chord in the beat, okay? With this typical hammer-on, okay? Then I take that finger off, so it's a pull off really, and then I continue through the scales, through the pentatonic scale here, doing, okay, these 2 embellishments. So, and then from here on the D string I slide to the, what is that, the 16th fret, where I can play this triad, which is really a G flat triad. I think of this with an A flat on the bass, and that would make an A flat dominant 7 chord. And the way I play that is triad, hammer on of the little finger, first finger which plays the first string as well, and the 9th added by the little finger as well. So slowly, and then another hammer on with the same neo-soul move. This time I'm literally playing a D flat major 7, so the first degree, just in second inversion using the hammer on here, okay? So slowly again. Now for the third lick, I used much more of a melodic approach where I was playing a few notes, almost like a riff, where you can play a call and response. So a very similar melody where you maybe change the final note. And I was playing this. That's the P cup line, okay? Okay, so 8th fret, 6th, 7th and 9th. Then going to the 6th fret, the note F, okay, which would be the 9th of this first chord. Like that. And then continuing on the scale and ending on the same F here. Second time, pick up line. And ending the final phrase on the note D flat, which is obviously the root of the 1, the tonic, okay? So make sure, guys, you practice the timing and download the beat to practice along to the beat. Now, for the final lick that we're going to have a look at today, I used an approach which is typical of many players, but particularly I was thinking of George Benson. And that means I was using octaves, okay? What does that mean? I was playing a note and the same note 1 octave higher, muting the string in between with my first finger. So for instance, the first note was an E flat and I was just playing E flat here, muting the D string, like that. Then I was moving to the note G flat, okay, like that, with this kind of shape. Then an A flat sliding to B flat and coming back. So E flat, G flat, A flat, B flat, A flat. Okay, then back to G flat briefly and back to A flat again. So, and the ending is a slide to a B flat before resolving on the note F. So, okay, and I do this a couple of times. Guys, the notes are not random, they are thought depending on the chord underneath. For instance, the final note F, the ending here, is nothing but that major third that you would have on a D flat major 7, which is the tonic again, it's the 1. Alright guys, that's all for this lesson. Hope you enjoyed these 4 licks. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite. Again, remember that the tab of all of the licks, all of the examples will be on my Patreon page. You can grab it and download it at the link in the description below, as well as you can find the beat to download and create something, produce something on top with different layers, or just use it as a backing track to develop your phrasing. Alright. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you on the next video.